You never know through that looking window, and we just at the right time, and it might make a difference in their lives. And I'm with what we're doing here at Will. We are doing many great things are about to happen. So there's some phenomenal things. So I'll just review tonight. I'm just going to talk a little about the compensation just to get that aspect. But I want everybody to know on this call that these enhancements, the goal here is to enhance what we're doing and to keep progressing, our business, and to get it progressed to appeal to more people, a broader audience, and to keep moving down that road. And so I like to call enhancements that are coming. And most of these enhancements will take place in the March, end of first quarter, around the March timeframe. So no panicking going on. We're going to walk everybody through and prepare everyone along the way. And so next week, next Tuesday, I'm kind of giving you a little preview. I'm just going to review a little bit about the enhancements to some of the compensation part of it, and what we'll call the rewards program, our new Care Beyond Rewards program. And next week, some of you that were on the call on Friday saw a little bit of Mike showing what we call the Fluid app. It's an app for sharing and helping to build your business. And so next week, we're going to go through some of that on next Tuesday night. And then on the first Monday, on January 2nd, we will have a corporate official kicking off 2023 with an official corporate update. And I'm just telling you, you don't want to miss this. We will be announcing some things that can put more. I watched Sound of Music the other night, little do re mi in your pocket. So if you know that song, little cash. So we'll talk about that on January 2nd. So with that, I'm just going to share my screen and start to go through some things here. And hopefully you see me just fine as I'm going through this and talking. One of the things that I always felt very important to, in my background, a coach was talking about Dexter Yeager, and I was at his place one time. And so that's kind of my background and working in that business and being a part of getting to know Dexter and stuff at the time. But it always starts with the dream, the why. And so we get in here, and why are we still here? Some of you have really, we've gone through different things throughout our lives, but what's our why? And at different ages, we have different ones. And whether it's I'm going to say who's got the mute button. Make sure we're keeping that. So as we go through this, I look at, for me, I love to golf. I'm not very good at it, but I have a young son that's a collegiate golfer, and the love of it. I happened to be in Puerto Rico many years ago, golfing with a former Harlem Globetrotter named Curly Neal. And that's where this business takes you. You begin to go to new places, make new friends, and do different things like that. But whether you like, being with the kids, teaching how to ride a bike, or coaching, or being with the family, looking for retirement, whatever it is, we have people out there that are coming through the looking window that have various things in mind that we can help them. We can help those people. And that's kind of why I'm here at Care Beyond. I am amazed at the amazing leadership, being on the call this morning, getting to know Coach Keith and all of you. That I've been on many things with a lot of you, actually, with the Rosses and very people listening to you. So that dream and that goal, what's interesting is right now we're probably at an unprecedented time with challenges that are happening, financial and health, things that are going on, and people are worried and scared. And we have an opportunity now to help make a difference in that. And sometimes the health challenges cause financial challenges. And so whenever I'm doing a business opportunity call, I'll talk about the business and the income and the money. I know that money's not everything. Different people have different goals. Some it's time freedom or whatever it might be. But when we're doing a business opportunity, I'll focus on that. And I want you to know that too, as we're talking about a compensation or rewards program, we'll get into that. That's what I'll get into. However, I rank money up there with oxygen. I can't remember the last time I went to the grocery store and they didn't ask for some money, just to get some groceries or whatever we might be doing. So with that, I like to always flow back as we get into this tonight, because the goal here is to get people into this 5%. Not everybody wants to be in the 5%. And typically 95% of the people in the US are on the 44-year program. Used to call it the 45-year, but 40, 44, however long it is for people whenever they retire. And as you know, the cash flow quadrant, it's the employees for E. They typically trade time for money, self-employed, own a job, but it's theirs. Business owners, it's an asset.
43 Citibank got wrong. 43 Citibank got wrong. When y'all put your bags in the Citibank, make sure your bags is tied up and there's no garbage or vegetables or cabbage, all that stuff falling out the bag.
Right, you mute yourself,
in front of the Citibank. Thank you. They taking pictures.
Hey, Keith, can you, you're a co-host. Can you mute out the lines? Keith? Thank you.
Whoever can watch the mute stuff, but I always look at, we want to get ourselves over into that 5%. That right side of that cash flow quadrant is the 5%. And let's help people get to 6%. Let's be a catalyst that we'll make this 94 on the left and 6 on the right because of us, what we're doing and helping people. But I know going into, as we talk to people after been around a long time now, some people just like being on the S, some like being in the E, but they can use a little extra income. And if we could help a lot of people do that, make a difference, great. But many on this call want to move over to the right, and I'm there to help you do that. But I want to make sure that people feel comfortable wherever they might be. And I shared this the other day too. And the idea is whether it's 95 or these numbers adjust a little bit, the goal is with what we're doing and we begin to show an income model, it's very interesting. Most people set a goal. They'll say, I need to make an extra $1,000 a month when I retire. That's what I need. Some are like saying, I need $15,000 a month in income when I retire to be able to survive and to make it. Well, to do that, this is at a 10% return on their investment. If they have it in an account, it's very interesting, to make $15,000 a month, you need $1.8 million in some investment. And I don't know any right now, they're doing 10% with the way the economy is going. So that's pretty incredible. And so we have a way, and I talked through this before. Here's the breakdown of the top 1% on this 5%. And they're 1% of the 1% are athletes, entertainers, 5% are elite salespeople. I think I was talking with everybody on Friday too. I had my best buddy was a cameraman at a TV station. And I think I mentioned I had the face for radio, but I'm on air about to go on. He's behind the camera and he keeps pulling his head out from the side of the camera, keeps going back to the side. And I went, what? And we're about to go on air. And he said, your nose is kind of hogging up the camera. And then that's saying that right before you go live on air. It was kind of trying to keep a straight face, but I thought, you know what? I want to be in the 74%. I sold advertising for a television station in Las Vegas. The interesting thing about what I did is every time I'd go to a client, I wanted to know what they did. What did they do? How did they get in owning their own business? Because I wanted to do what they did. I didn't want to sell them the advertising, have a job. I wanted to own my own business and begin to move in this cash flow quadrant. Well, that's what we have right here, is to allow people business ownership. The only difference is with what we're doing, is we create mentors. We get to set people in business for themselves and supply them with a mentor. Most people, when they start a business, they fail because they don't have a mentor. They don't have a Brenda there mentoring them or a coach mentoring them and helping them along the way. I always thought about being I wanted to be the next Ted Turner back in some young people, and I say this, they don't know what I'm talking about, but some of us been around. I said, I wanted to own a baseball team and do some of that stuff, and so I wanted him to come mentor me. How do I do it? How would I run a TV station? But I didn't have that until this industry came along and somebody put their arm around me and said, Brad, we'll help you. And we even have a system in place to help you succeed. So all the things you don't know what to do, we're going to mentor you, tie you into a system. So you just have to refer people. Tie in and learn how to become a better person and become more. That's one of the things I like to always say to people is let's become more, and progress a little bit here. Most people get caught in a situation. They have a lot of dreams and goals. And their choice is either increase their income circle or shrink their dreams and goals. Our mission here with Care Beyond is to help people increase this income circle so they can do these things that they would like to do, whatever it is that they've dreamed of. And so with that, what happens is, though, in our industry, over the years, there's been different compensation and rewards programs, and I've benefited from all of those. Many on here has benefited from too, but because it becomes mostly smoke and mirrors. When I say that, it's in a way because somewhat they're complicated. They have different ways to make money, and it became a trend that they would go, and we have 8 ways to earn. Then the next company would come out and we go, we have 9 ways to earn. Then it's another one with 10 and 12. And I still remember back in the day that I remember asking somebody that was on my support team that was helping me, a mentor of mine. I said, how does that 4% bonus work? And he went, are you getting it? And I said, no. And he goes, don't worry about it. And it's just going to come. When you get there, it's just going to come. And I trusted him, believed him. And I remember when I got there, it would come. But I didn't know how it worked. He didn't know how it worked. He didn't know how to explain it. I still remember saying, well, how does this one work? How does this bonus work? And how many of you have been like that, been in those situations? You don't know how it works. And he would say, you know what? This is how it works, Brad. On the 15th of every month, I put my wife's robe and slippers on. I walk out to the mailbox out on the street. I open it up, pull out the envelope, open it up, go, this works pretty good. And I go, no, how's it really work? Okay, this is how it really works. The 15th of every month, I put my wife's robe and slippers on, walk out to the mailbox, open that thing up and go, this works really good. And it was funny at the time, and that's how we had, but we're in a world today that you can't do that anymore. We have more transparency, the internet, all kinds of stuff out there that we have to be able to help it. So I've seen companies, I work with companies that help create the compensation plans. And this one is specifically designed. Most of them are moving to where we're going. And now it's similar to what we already do, what you're already doing, but it's easy to explain. And I'll kind of get into that. So I didn't want to say too much on that, but we want to address that. No more smoke and mirrors. To make this simpler, we were talking to people. How's it work? Well, how much do you want to make? Let me show you how to do it. We only have 3 ways now, whether we have 2, 3, or 4, but it'll be simple like that, with simple way to just share it with them on what they have to do. And that's probably the key. There's a simple structure. So you can say, if you had 20 people that were doing 100 or 200 in volume every month between them and their customers, and it was distributed along 3 teams, you're going to make $2,000 a month, but you can tell them exactly what it is they need to do to produce that income. I remember back when I first saw this, I thought, you know what, if they had just said, Brad, you just helped 4 who did these 4 and you're going to make $1,000 a month, I'd go, okay. And I just went right to work doing that. But because it was so many complications, I just trusted. And that's where we are. And I'm here because I trust Marvin. You're here, maybe trust Coach or Brenda, whoever it might be. And so we want people to trust you as we're moving forward. So with that, I'll just kind of, this isn't a complete training. I'm just giving an overview here. And if you can mute yourselves, that would be awesome. Now, as we go through this, here's one of the things I want you to kind of look at, just to get a concept of, is that there's total volume. You're going to generate total volume from everyone in your organization. Okay, that's a total volume. And you'll always have, everybody's always going to have one team that gets bigger than the other ones. So what we say is, outside of that biggest team, from your second team and beyond, 40% of that volume needs to come from that. So just kind of keep this in mind as we go through it. And then we're going to say, then you probably have a third team that's a lot smaller than your second team, but we'll say from your third teams and beyond, because you could have 4 of them or 5 of them. And understand, we're going to help you as we move forward. If some of you came to me and said, Brad, here's how my team looks, we'll go, great, perfect. You're going to realize that this compensation you already have, if you already got 3 teams, great. The goal is to make sure you have at least 3. You can have 10 if you want. So we'll just go from there, but at least 15% of that volume needs to come from that third team and beyond. Now, remember, our whole plan here is just based on volume. And so we just care about moving volume and creating volume through sales. So one thing I want to help people understand is, if you just, your personal volume that you do, so if Coach did 10,000 in personal volume, had a lot of customers, that's his personal volume. We always throw that volume into that team 3+. We throw it out there. So for example, if he did 10,000 customer volume and he didn't have anybody enrolled, he didn't sponsor anyone, he would have 10,000 in volume. And so we'd go, well, he's got 10,000. We just roll that up to 40% to 100%. So that would count for all of this. His 10,000 would count for the 100 to the 40 to the 15. I'll explain that here in just a second as I go through this to this next slide. Here's basically a simple chart of the compensation. So I say channel 1, that's teams 1+, all your total volume. And I use the term channels because when I'm talking to somebody, I like to say, we're in the distribution business. What do? I distribute goods and services for companies, all over the world. Now, right now, it might be, we're concentrated in the United States right now, but I distribute, I don't know if you've heard of channel commerce, but we have different channels of distribution that I help people set people up on. In fact, I'm looking for one right now to help create a new channel. Would you be interested in working with me? Some people will say to me, Brad, what is it? What do you do? I'll say, well, you probably wouldn't believe me if I told you. And they go, well, what? I'll say, I set people in business for themselves and I help them to make money. If they succeed, I succeed. If they don't, I don't. It's a win-win deal. It's pretty awesome. What do? Well, we just set up channels of distribution. We work with the company that supplies its goods and services, and we move them through these channels. And so keep that in mind. That's the volume. So total volume right here. And now if we took that biggest team away, it'd be channel 2+ volume. 40% would come from there. So for example, if this rank was 10,000, we needed 10,000 in volume to hit this rank. 4,000 or 40% of it would need to come from outside your biggest team. Then 15% would have to come from outside your third team and beyond. All right, out of that 10,000. So that's kind of the simple thing. So if you wanted to make 2,000, I always tell people, then let's get 10,000 in volume spread across 3 teams. That would be a simple explanation of it. But we always know, if you've been around this long time, you know that one's going to be bigger, the second one will be the next size, and the third one, they're not ever equal. And so, but what I'm sharing with you right now, I want to share with you right now that, just so you know, the sweet spot in this plan, most plans are top heavy. They'll throw the money down here. And so what happens is people don't make very much that are down here. They don't make 250 with this kind of volume, just so you know. I've done this for many, many years, helped a lot of compensations. This is going to be closer to $75 to $100 with this kind of volume. So we wanted to flow the volume down because it's hard to maintain a successful business if somebody down here gets discouraged and quits because it's not enough money. So we want to be the company, Care Beyond. Let's be the company that has more people making $500 a month, $1,000 a month than anybody else. Let's have 1,000 thousandaires. Then let's get 10,000 thousandaires, then 100,000 thousandaires. If you help do that, then some of you are going to be making 4,000 and 8,000 and 24,000. Now, normally this is crowd participation. I'm like, how many of you could use an extra $8,000 a month? I'm all in that. Most people, when I'm doing the hand raise, I'll go, how many could use an extra 500 a month? They all go up. Because last time I think I checked, I thought it was 6,000 a year raise. And I don't know when the last time someone got one of those. So if we just help somebody make 500 a month, we've helped them get a $6,000 a year raise. I was talking to somebody yesterday and they go, I got more responsibility, all this stuff. They gave me another title. I go, oh, you got a title raise. That's awesome that they didn't give me money to go with it. And so that's our goal. Let's help people get this side hustle. Hey, and all we do is we have wonderful products. Some people say, what do you do? I go, when I say I don't believe, I use the same thing a lot, all of you, and I've been in the field. So I built a large Amway business and then got involved in the corporate side, been back out in the field. Marvin called back on corporate. So I'm one of those few people that actually have been in the field, made a lot of money in the field. That's what I do. Set up all training systems for our company. We used to run about 80 to 100 monthly seminars throughout the United States and Canada every single month with at least 200 to 500 people at every one. And so we'd sell, Coach talks about the tapes and audios. We do about 20,000 audios a week. So all of this stuff. So I've been on all sides of this. And I'm here to do this with us. This is how many are ready to move on and just make something happen? It's time to take that self-initiative, that personal initiative that was talked about this morning, and to move on and to help other people. And so the goal of this plan, the sweet spot with this plan is down in this range right here. I'm just kind of telling you, this is all good. I mean, 50,000 a month is amazing. But let's help a lot of people over here that make a difference there. And there will be those that are going to really, really make a difference. That, you know, I want to find, you know, if I'm in your seat, I'm going, I want to just find 3 people who make 24,000 a month. You'll be doing pretty good if you do that. We helped some people, and that's what this business is about. So I'm going to jump here. I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to focus right here. If you see on the screen where it says 6K, making 1,000 a month. Now, why I'm kind of sharing this with you is 2,000 a month at 10K, that's 20% of the volume. Commission plans don't do that. What we figured out, we don't pay commissions. You don't get the next bump until you get to 20. That split in between is how we can pay more money. And that more money, and so it's pretty exciting what we've done. And so that what I want to share with you, you don't need to get all the detail of that. I don't want to confuse people, but we're going to do more trainings on this. You'll get to understand, but figured this out a couple years ago and started helping a company. One of the companies I was working with, we started implementing this, and they went from one of the groups doing $40,000 a month to $400,000 a month within a year with this plan. I watched another one go from $1 million to suddenly $4 million a month when they implemented this, because people began to grasp it and understand how simple it was, and simple it was to share how to make the money and what they needed to do. So I'm just going to share right now. We're just going to focus right here on this number. And I'm going to go to this next slide and show you right here how this works, so you can explain it to other people when you are, if you're doing this. Excuse me here, I'm just, I didn't mean to do that. I'm trying to jump right back here. Okay, if 6K is the rank, I'm going to use that example. 6K is the volume rank that pays $1,000 a month. Here's how this works. If you had 3 teams, okay, we know that the team volume needs to be 6,000. Here you are. You did say you did 150 in volume. It could be 200, but I'm going to use 150 here. And you had this, your third team, this person you had enrolled on your third team their team did 750 in volume. Your volume always flows to that third team. Okay, so you're 150, you need 900 in volume with that 15% rule out there to qualify for this 6K rank. So with your 150 and their 750, that's 900 in volume. You got that check mark from that third team's 3+. Now we'll take this 900 and we're going to add it to the 1,500 from your team 2. That is 2,400. You just met the requirement for teams 2+. We're adding these things together. They flow together. And then if you, their biggest team's doing 3,600, so we add the 24 to the 36, which makes 6,000. You qualify, you made $1,000 a month. That's how this works. It's pretty simple. Now, what I was saying earlier, if you didn't have any of these and you just had 6,000 volume from you and your customers, it just flows to here. That would be 6,000 here, 6,000 there, 6,000 there. You'd meet all the requirements. So if somebody just had customers, if they were just an online influencer, they would qualify for the same bonus just from customers. So, but most of us tend to build teams, and I'm a team builder person. So I like to drive depth and just help people and keep going on down. So that's a really simple method to kind of show you how this works. One thing I want y'all to know, we're going to do this over and over and over again. We'll have trainings on this to help people understand exactly what to do. I just want you to understand, build 3 teams, help 3 to help 3 to help 3. But it could actually be help 4, who one of them has 4, one of them has 3, one of them has 2, and then we keep going down in depth and the volume flows up and it'll be pretty simple. So that one thing I always want to say to people when we're talking to them, building your own business is not easy. But what we do is simple. We just become our own best customers, use the product and share it with other people. We make some extra money, we share the idea with them and teach them how they can do it. It's a simple process, but it's going to take some work. And that's where the initiative on each one of us needs to come through. And that's kind of, once again, I'm just going to kind of wrap this portion up here. Is here we are. somebody says, how do I make 2,000 a month? And that generally seems to be the number. They might say 2,000, but I might say, hey, what are you interested in making? They'll go, well, if I could just make 2,000, that would be awesome. I always like to say, would $500 or $250 make a difference? Well, great. Here's what we do. All you do is do about 1,500 in volume, $250 a month. And this is our main bonus, but there might be some other things going on this. That's why it's called Precision Plus. Why we called it a precision plan. You'll hear in the industry a unilevel, a binary, a stair-step breakaway. You'll hear terms like this on compensation. We term this a precision plan because it's precise, it's exact, it's simple and fair. But the plus part means there's going to be some global bonus pools, stuff like that you can make a little extra on. But that's what it is. And I talked on Friday, throwing your arms up. I'm one of those kinds. How much you want to make? You know, we get on this call. It's always back to the dream. What would you do different with an extra $500 a month? I'm here to help you. You realize that if you had 3 different teams and you helped one person on each one of those 3 teams make $500 a month, you'd be making $2,000 a month. Just so you know, that's how simple this is. Help one person on 3 teams make $500 a month, and you'll be making $2,000. You realize if you help one person on each of those teams make $1,000, or it could be 2 making $500, you're going to be making $4,000 a month. And that's how simple this is to teach people and help them to have a successful business. But I kind of wanted to share this. When I was on this call this morning with everybody, I get phone calls all the time. People will call me up and say, Brad, have you heard of this company? And I go, yeah, actually I have. What do you think? Somebody approached me, blah, blah, blah. I'll say, they're a good company. They say, oh, really? I go, yeah, they're a good company. I know some of the owners. In my neighborhood, I'm neighbors to several owners of several big companies. I'll go, yeah, I know some of the owners. They're great people. They're trustworthy. But then I say, who's helping you? Who's helping you to build your business? Because I've been approached a lot of times. That's what I always ask. Well, who's my running mate? Coach and Bill start talking. Coach goes, you know, that's a running mate. You know, you're running as a team. And so that team makes all the difference in the world. And I'll say, you know, because who's your mentor? You want to find a mentor there. And so as we're doing this business and working together, I want you to know, I know you have coach. You have a system here. There's a people, mentors to help you that you can tie people into. We're going to be creating a system, systematically allowing you to help build your business, working together from us, from the corporate side to the field side. That makes all the difference. I never would have had the business that I had through in the big A Amway business if I didn't have a system and mentors that we work together and could run together and follow that pattern, that system. And so with Care Beyond, we don't have to worry about the 44-year plan. It's a 2 to 5 year plan. I always tell people this is not a get rich quick. In the next 2 to 5 years, we're going to help you develop an income, whatever that amount is you pointed to. It can happen quicker than that. I would always tell people, you know, in 3 to 12 months, you should be making anywhere from $500 to $2,000 a month. But the next 2 to 5 years, it can go anywhere from 2,000 to 20 to whatever you see on that chart based on the efforts and your ability to want to learn and to grow. If you're humble, teachable, and willing to work hard, we're the people for you. We'll help you. And so, coaches, we kind of go through this. I just kind of wrap it up here. I wanted to say, you know, it's time to take personal initiative for each one of us. You know, have fun. My motto has always been have fun, make money, but most importantly, let's make a difference. Let's make a difference in people's lives and helping them, throughout achieving their goals and dreams, whatever it is for each one of us. It's different for all of us, but whatever it is, this is one for me. I look down here at the palm tree, the Care Beyond Beach Club. You know, what's the next beach that we're going to be walking down? You know, for some of you, I'm going to say the Care Beyond Golf Club, because some of you want to be on the golf course and we'll be chasing balls, you know, as I hit them in the jungle. We'll go through the jungle. Sometimes I'll say, I'll just leave it there, let the alligator have it or whatever. You know, I don't need to go in there. I'm just going to keep golfing. But whatever it is, for some, it's a sports car. Maybe we'll do the Richard Petty experience in Las Vegas. Have had an opportunity to do that. It's amazing. But whatever it is for you, cruising, we can do it. If whatever the mind can conceive, it can achieve. And I heard this morning, we're talking about Zig Ziglar. If you help enough people get what they want, you'll get what you want. And that's my goal, is to help other people. I know it's Coach's goal, and everybody on this call, if we always have the right mindset and we're learning and becoming more, and it starts with us wanting to learn how to improve ourselves, how our people skills. This is the last thing. I kind of jumped to this, but Coach, I'm going to end my part of this. We're going to run a promotion. We're going to start doing this. Every time you're on this call, we are going to do between now and next Tuesday. Well, actually, it's tomorrow, starting tomorrow, next Tuesday. Theramelt's new. We have it here. Buy two, get one free. Buy two Theramelt, get one free. Rajiv said, how come nobody knows about it? We got the Theramelt in. It tastes great. It's awesome. And he's going on and on with me over the weekend. I said, okay, well, let's do something with it. Buy two, get one, promote it. Let's do some volume. If he sees the volume, we'll start to do more and more of these kind of things. But we want to you're going to see us in January 2nd. We're going to outline a few things that can put a little extra money in your pocket to start getting everybody's business set up properly to make good money as we start the precision plan in March. So with that, Coach, that's all I've got for tonight. I know it's a mouthful to everybody here. I just feel like I'm on a team with a bunch of winners that we can do whatever we want to do. We've got great leaders here, and that's what is lacking in most companies. They don't have the leadership where we've got it here. And with that, and with kind of a renewed energy that Rajiv has got, with the manufacturing plant and all the things that he's got going on, Marvin, we're going to put some stuff working as a team together. All of us, me with you and Marvin together, we're going to make some great things happen. So over and out on my end, Coach, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and open it up to you.
I normally say wow, 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 wow. And I will say that now because this is absolutely fantastic. This is what I felt. This is what I went through. And that's why I said, my past will not hold me hostage because your future is waiting for you. And you can see they've got a whole new initiative, Brenda, this is easy. 1, 2, 3. How much you want to earn? This is it. And so it is so bloody simple. And so
Coach, could I
yes.
chime in one more thing on this? I want everybody to know, if you enroll 20 people, you have 20 lines. I like to call them, old school, we're calling them legs, but let's just call them lines of affiliation. And then we have all these people groups that we're starting our teams. What we're going to do with this new thing is whenever you want to, there's no time limit. If suddenly Brenda says, I think my team 7 and my team 5 could work great together, you can place them together. One time you can maybe move team 7 under team 5. Maybe you want to make your 20 teams into 6 teams. That you can do that one time. You only need to have 3, but I always encourage to have a spare tire out there as you're doing this, 4 or 5, and it's all good, but it allows you to motivate your people how you want. And we're here to help you. Typically, placement always benefited the company and before, because so many times you'd place somebody right off the bat because you only have a week to do it or a month to do it or a day to do it, and you end up having your 3 best people on the same team. And so we've designed this to be, I've been in the field, I'm with you. Let's do it so it's most beneficial to us to make the most money possible, to build the most successful business possible. And so I just want to lay that out. We're going to make more money with this, and it's going to be an awesome experience for all of us. And one last thing, we're storytellers. What we're good at is becoming storytellers to tell the story. And that's one of the things that we'll be coming out with over the next few months, is using Rajiv and his background to be storytellers. The cool things that we have access to. And Coach, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but I was at a meeting, a leadership meeting, probably 3 months ago. A lady just got introduced to our industry. She was getting ready to retire, a CEO of a major company, getting ready to retire, saw this industry and said, I'm not done. I'm done with that, but I want to help people. And that's what she saw in this industry. And when she finished the call, doesn't know a lot about it, but was pretty excited. She had a necklace she was wearing. And around her necklace was a necklace with an elephant. And she held that up and she showed everybody this necklace with the elephant. And she said, when I was young, a mentor of mine said, you're going to do big things. And I'm going to give this to you because you got big dreams, big goals, and I can see it in you. You're going to do big things. So since that day, I thought, I need to think like that. Let's think big. Think like the elephant, keep charging. They're a great herd, but let's do big things, everyone. And you'll see more of that as we move forward. So, Coach, I'm just going to leave that at that part. And again, I'm excited to be here. Next Tuesday, I'm going to have Mike on. Hopefully, I can cross my fingers. He can talk more about what the app's going to do. And again, don't stop doing what we're doing. Start building towards momentum. We want to get momentum. So when we introduce this stuff, you have more team members to run with it, to run with all these new things that we're going to introduce to you. So with that, again, Coach, sorry, take up all the time. Over and out. Back to you.
No, thank you. We're closing out. I am blown away. I'm really blown away. I went through Eric Worre with Pastor Chris Johnson, and this time of year we always plan the next 3 months. And I'm telling you that if you start recruiting now, we got a special with the Theramelt. But if you start recruiting now, yesterday I spent time recruiting. Today I spent time prospecting. And so I'm spending a lot of time prospecting because I'm building new. And so in the next 90 days, when this hits, you know what's coming. We've got a team. We had a great company before. I feel we have a spectacular company now. We have a vice president that is down, ready to go. We have a president that is, and wait till you see the caliber of people that are lining up to come on. It's incredible. But you guys have been stormtroopers. I want to thank you for showing up, each and every one of you. And the top 12, you know who you were. Text me your complete name and address, and I'm going to get these out to you tomorrow. Just tell me which you want, whether you want I make people rich or I work from home. And it's ready to go and will be mailed out to you, Miss Muhammad, tomorrow, because I already got your address and everything. So I got Brenda's. So you guys just send it out to me. And Brad, I just want to thank you for a really great presentation. And we can hit 1,000, 10,000, 20,000. We have people on this line that has been with me that's had over 20,000 with not half of the new things that you have proposed. Not only coming out with a new story, a new presentation, not only coming out with new products, but a marketing program that zeroes in on 1,000, 2,000. If we've got 10,000 people making $1,000, 2,000, trust me, every single person here will blow up. And so we got 90 days to get into momentum. That's exactly what Eric talked about. So let's get busy. Tomorrow morning, 8:30, go on WhatsApp. You guys have the number. We'll be there and we'll express our thanks. But on behalf of the entire Caribbean team, Brad, we just want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you. And to the rest of you, good night. I will have this out by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, so you can get, like Sharon. Sharon's got in excess of 1,000 people. So if Sharon's leg alone showed up, that could have maxed out here. Junior, we'll get it out to you. And so I want to thank you. Okay, gang. We're over by 17 minutes, but wow, thank you, thank you, thank you. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up.
My email's in the chat, so email in the chat if you need to get a hold of me. Brad@carebeyond.com.
Brad@carebeyond.com.
And have a Merry Christmas. I was gonna wear my red sweater tonight, so we should all wear our ugly sweaters or something tonight, but have a great rest of the week, okay?
Okay.
It's
Thank
gonna
you.
Okay,
Same to
Brother
you.
Nate, thank you for showing up. And please say a prayer for Mr. Spencer Taylor Jr. coming from his what? Hospital bed.
Yeah.
Bertrice, I see you, girlfriend. I see you. Okay, tomorrow morning. Thank you. Bye
Good
now.
night. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Happy-
you.
everybody. Night.
Great training. Thank you.
Thanks,
Night, everybody.
everybody.
Good night.
Night,
Night,
everybody.
everybody.
Good night.